Gratitude. Do you do it enough? Do you take a moment and celebrate the big things as well as the small things? Hi, my name is Sandra, and welcome to Tap the Soul. Here we talk about mindfulness, intentional living, curating your life, and a few other things. But for the last 10, now 11 weeks, I've been talking about a journey that I am currently on, and I've been encouraging you to all take the journey with me and start whenever you'd like to. The journey I'm talking about is a journey within called Whispers Behind My Smile. It's for 12 weeks, and the goal is to focus on prioritizing you. It is about self care, it is about self love and self nurturing, and a lot of self discovery. I keep saying that every time I record these just to really call it out. Because it has been an abundance of self discovery, and there's a lot of stuff that I need to do with that at the right points in time. I'll explain. Today, we're talking about progress and we're talking about gratitude. Every week, I post prompts here on YouTube on the post tab. So, on my page, if you go to the post section, if you go to the post section, they used to call it communities, it's now called post. Every week, I post a number of questions slash prompts. I encourage you to grab your notebook, to grab a pen or pencil, and if you prefer, open your notes app, sit and have a moment, take a moment with yourself and have a conversation, and go through each of the prompts and see what comes up. The whispers behind your smile when you are solely focusing on yourself without interruption. Um, it's a beautiful experience. It's a little dark from time to time, just saying. Those of you who have gone through something like this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's a necessary journey, and ab- there's so much celebration and so much gratitude that gets lost in it along the way. So for this week, I'm going to keep it light, and I am going to go through the prompts, and then I'm going to wrap it up. So prompt number one: what moments during this journey have been the most meaningful for me? Prompt number two: how have I grown emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? And prompt number three: who or what am I most grateful for in this process? So for this one, I would have to say that when I'm thinking about the moments throughout this journey so far, um, it's all the moments that I sat down with the journal, going through these prompts and having the conversation with myself. I will have to say it's the moments where it was dark, it was heavy. I had the Kleenex box, never far away. Had the Kleenex box moments. Um, Uncovered some things that I didn't want to think about, but they resurfaced as you're going through your look back and the various prompts that will trigger you to look back and ask yourself some pretty simple questions. But it comes up that it's not that simple when you start looking at some of the answers that are creeping out of your mind onto the page or into your notes app, right? Um, those moments I'm celebrating. And a lot of people get caught on celebrating only the good stuff. And I always say that for every moment, there's a lesson and there's a blessing. And it's not always a positive lesson, but it's a necessary lesson that you are meant to learn so you can get the blessing that's on the other side of it. So there's been a lot of moments throughout the last 10/11 weeks that have been uh, fantastic. It's been awesome. There's been a level of clarity, tons of self discovery. And then, as I said, there's been a few moments that were heavy and they were dark. And it made me question myself. It made me question, did I really want to continue on this program? And the moments that I questioned myself and still pushed through, I'm celebrating those moments as well because it's showing that I have been resilient to continue. And I understand the value and the importance of prioritizing me to continue through this journey to the end of the 12 weeks and beyond, right? So, prompt number two ties in perfectly when I think about it. How have I grown emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? The honest truth to all three of those is I've grown ridiculously intensely with clarity, with focus, with acceptance, with an understanding on the importance of focusing on mind, body, and soul. There's still a lot of work that I have to do. There's still a lot of things that I can beat myself up for that I have not incorporated over the last 10 weeks that I really wanted to. And I'm now in week 11, and the week is technically just started. I don't know if I'll get those things into the mix this week either. But at the end of it all, when I'm looking at my emotional state of mind and the shift of how I have thought about myself, huge, intense, but huge shift. My mentality, it's that moment when, and I talked about in the previous video, I've spent so much of my life not feeling that I was worth, not feeling that I was enough, not feeling loved, looking for love in all the wrong places, wanting to feel protected, wanting to feel like I belong. And to get to that mental shift of realizing that a lot of that is stuff that I really had to find within myself that I am uncovering and I am appreciating and I am learning myself and I said in the last video, I am loving myself for the first time. I am in my 50s. And to have that level of mental growth and that emotional healing that is continuous, it has really brought me closer to my faith and my spirituality. I do meditate on a regular basis. Um, my meditation in the morning has been more personal and more intentional than just let me set the timer and just go. I've been more meaningful about it. I don't necessarily meditate in the evenings, which I thought was going to be a part of my plan when I started this because I used to do that before. But I have a different wind down process when I'm going to bed. So although I'm not meditating, I'm still making sure that I go through a process to help me shut down so I can rest soundly and then get up and start the day again with my morning routine and flow. And it's a system that I'm continuously working on, but those areas of mind, body, and soul, and focusing on your emotional state of mind and your mentality and your spirituality. And this isn't about perfect and having it all figured out. This is just about being aware. And a lot of people get that confused. I don't have it perfectly. I still have a lot of emotional stuff that I need to deal with. I need to reconcile, love that's no longer. I need to reconcile the love that has been growing and blossoming, and the same for my mental state of mind and the same for my spirituality. It's that awareness that there's something for me to do and that awareness to celebrate what I've accomplished, even if that accomplishment is just being aware. So when you're looking at your progress and your journey, whatever your journey looks like for you, even the small stuff, celebrate. Those small things build on each other and it becomes a big thing, right? Who and what am I most grateful for in this process? All of the people, places, and spaces that showed their authentic versions of themselves that may or may not have aligned with the authentic version of who I am. And I would have to say, has given me the opportunity to learn how to apply boundaries, has given me the opportunity to strengthen the authentic connections that do align with who I am, and to continue to prioritize me at the end of the day. Even if those people, places, and spaces have provided me with a negative experience, it's still a positive experience because it's a lesson that I needed to learn in order for me to get the blessing that allows me to properly prioritize myself. It allows me to make sure that I'm focusing on putting the right boundaries in place to nurture myself and the relationships that are important. And definitely, I have to say that it's reminding me the importance of authentic connections. So I'm going to give you homework and we're going to wrap this up. For the rest of this week, if you want to pull out a fancy journal, notebook, or just again, open up your notes app and scribble down. Um, some people may be doing it already. A gratitude section. When you think about this week, big or small, what are some of the things that you're grateful for? And just jot them down. Some people use these as journal prompts. I know there's things like a 5-minute journal that's out there. I will do a journal episode at some point because I talk about journaling all the time. I talk about it in like I walk and talk about it everywhere because I find it's been so beneficial to my growth, my evolution, my healing, my self-discovery, and I want everybody to have the opportunity to go through the journey for themselves so they can experience what I'm experiencing in their own way. And I just think it's a good thing to do, to journal. So I'll talk about that more in another video. But for this week, if you can, join me and open up your notes app or open up a notebook page and just keep track of the big and little things that you're grateful for. And it could be something as simple as you woke up. I'm grateful for that every single day. Every single day that I wake up, I am very, very happy that I was given the opportunity to wake up. What I do with the rest of the day is a whole other conversation and a work in progress, but at least I'm grateful that I woke up. And those are some of those areas when I talk about the strengthening of my emotional state, my mentality, and my spirituality, that being grateful for just getting up sets your mind for the rest of the day. If you can, go beyond the week. Think about the last couple of weeks. Think about since January 1st, depending on when you're listening to this. We're now in February. So, start of the year, how have you taken the time to find moments that you're grateful? And if there's people in your life who have participated in that gratitude, take a moment and let them know. You will never understand how you sharing your appreciation of them could be helping them through something that you're not aware of. And that's something that we take for granted, where we never know what's going on behind our smiles. We all have whispers behind our smiles. And something like a kind word to a friend, a colleague, whoever along the way, you don't know what your words can do to help them through. So, and maybe they're writing about your gratitude comment to them that helped get them through and they're grateful for you. I just want to close by saying it is not easy to prioritize putting yourself first with the roles, responsibilities, obligations, and requirements that we have signed up for. But if you take a moment and to prioritize yourself, you will see, you will feel, and you will realize how beneficial it is to all of those other components within your life. So I'm going to wrap up here and I will be back again soon. I am wishing everybody a fantastic day or night wherever you are in the world. Peace.